Hello everyone, welcome back to Minecarft Pocket Edition. Today we're going to be showing you how to build a classic starter house, basically, just for, when you first start on a world or a server or whatever you're doing. A nice, really quite nice house. It looks nice, it's easy to acquire, it's all around just nice. And what's simple about it is it really doesn't require much. You get a door. I'm going to be showing you in creative mode to make it simple as far as obtaining these elements go. It's not that hard, obviously, but I was just going to show you in creative mode anyway. So first, you're going to need some wood, obviously, wooden planks, some wooden doors, and some glass, and obviously some stairs. But we're not going to that yet. So to start off, what you do is you decide the dimension. You can do it in many different dimensions. I've done 10 by 10s, 20 by 20s. Of course, 20 by 20 is huge, and so we're going to do something like. Obviously this is an obvious thing, but I'm going to tell you anyway, just to make sure you're thinking about it. The dimensions decide how many doors you have. You can either have a double door or you can do a single door. An odd number, so if you do like 13 by 13 or 15 by 15, of course it's going to be one door. If you do 12 by 12, 16 by 16, something of that nature, you will be getting a double door. I like to do double doors if it's large enough. If the dimension is too small, I like to do one door. So I'll just do 11 by 11 just to show you kind of what the house looks like. And we'll do, so 11 by 11 is a single door. So to start, you go over somewhere and you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just 5 logs, then count. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're doing 13 by 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those pillars are 5 tall. And make sure you have a nice area cleared out before you begin the building process. Now I usually just line this up right here. So it looks like right there is perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. There you go. So now that's pretty good. Now what you do is you take wooden planks and line this whole bottom area up, alright? So just like that. So, it doesn't require a whole lot of wood, especially for just a little starter house kind of a thing, I build this house, like really almost every server and world I start, I try not to now just so I can relax, and do something new, but a lot of the time I just start out with this house and then I move on from here. This is always my first building. Okay, so the next part that you do is you go up here and you look at the top one and you build a block and you go all the way across, kind of like we did on the bottom, but you're doing it on the top. You see what I'm saying? Like down here, so it's double layer. So you do that all the way around the building, of course. So we'll do that right over here. And also, people have been asking me some questions about, is this Minecarft Pocket Edition footage? Because it's hard to see the control pad. Right here you can see it in the sky. Basically what I did, I changed the file and I made the opacity to the control pad and also the pause button much, much lower. Because I want you guys to be able to watch me do my tutorials or challenge maps or whatever, without having this obnoxious control pad on the screen. I think it just looks dumb. But I have to have it big enough so if I need to see it, because my finger just can't seem to find the arrow key, I can see it. So, alright, so the next thing is, you've done that. Of course, you would change the floor to be wood by breaking out the grass, but we won't worry about that yet. The next part you're going to do is you're going to find the center block on all of the walls. Is that right? So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. Now you decide, obviously, put a wooden plank under that. Decide which one you want the door on. I'm just, for the purpose of the video, I'm just going to place it on this side. Of course, if it was a real game, the end of the world is right here, so I'd probably put the door on that side or this side. But just for the purpose of the video, put it right there. Now, add cobblestone to it. What you're going to do here is you're going to place wooden planks right there and right there, and right there, and then put cobblestone. This is a preference of mine, of course. You can edit this however you like, you know. Some people don't like it exactly like this. Next part is I usually put wooden planks right here in between the basic, right here. So now you take that slat and place it all the way up through there. And then you continue with the process I was showing you on the corners of the building. It just gives it a better look, so it's not so, empty, I guess you'd say. It kind of gets a little bit weird looking if you don't put the stuff on the corners like that, you know. If it looks like that corner, that doesn't look nice, you know. It looks like it's not a finished building. That looks like a finished corner. The edges need to look nice if you want the house to be comfortable. So we've got one more corner here. Of course, it's a little bit more wood, so if you know you're at the very beginning of the game, if you can't afford it, not a problem. You can add it later, or you can just simply ignore that step, you know. Like I said, it's all about preference, you know. You can do whatever you want. It's not like there's a real specific way to do anything. This is just my specific house for starting Minecraft that I like, that I'm going to show you guys. Alright, so the next part. So it's looking pretty good, you know. It didn't take that long doing it in here. So the next part is, of course, I'm going to do it flying, even though you probably can't fly if you're in survival. But I'm just showing you how to build it. You place wooden planks all along here to make the second floor. Alright? We missed that one. Alright, so of course, again, when we get up to the next parts, it's going to be completely up to you. Some people really do prefer to have one floor. Now, people ask me sometimes about this kind of design, you know, they say, well, why'd you make the ceiling so high? You know, why don't you do two? Well, let me ask you. If your roof ceiling is right there, to me, that is super uncomfortable. It's like, you know, you're squished. You can't even jump. Why would you make it so short? I understand it saves money or resources or whatever you want to call it. But really, I would rather be dead than live in a house with a roof that short. So I'm not going to do it. I like to have it tall so I can have extra shelves if I want. So I can modify the building later, or maybe implement some redstone technology. If you make it as small and as squished and cramped as possible, how are you going to implement redstone technologies or pistons or other items and elements that, when your house is so small, you have to have room to work around? So I prefer making it taller, and also not only for the comfortability, but also the looks. I think it looks much better that way. Now, of course, you're looking at it right now and saying, you know, that looks sort of weird, I think. I don't know. But it's not finished, obviously. The next part is you take wood and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright? Again, same number as last time. Same things on all corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And, alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that right? Did I get 5? Or am I one short? One short. I counted wrong. 2, 3, 4. Really? I can't believe that. That's like kindergarten. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, I'm not completely stupid. I was just screwy there. Okay, so go ahead and line it up with these wooden planks again. I like to just do this part quickly because it's really not fun. It's just busy work trying to make sure you get the details done. Details are what you want to spend time on. The mass, you just go through and you put your blocks down and be done with it because it's really not fun. Of course, this part, you did it once and it might have been fun the first time, but after you have to do it twice, that just gets repetitive, you know. It's not like an enjoyable process, you know. You just don't want to do it. So let's put this here. Alright, it's looking pretty good. So the next step here would obviously be to put wooden planks on the top of the entire thing again, like the first floor. Now, with this said, this is going to be the last floor. There's only 2 floors in this design. But as I mentioned before, if you would like to add a third, you can. But I've experimented with different sizes and dimensions, you know, and things like that. And it really just, in my opinion anyway, it never looks as good when it's too tall, it's too short. You have to pretty well follow the dimensions I'm giving you if you want it to look nice, in my opinion. I think it looks super stretched if you add any more height to it. Now, of course, again, you're going to put wooden planks on the top. Now, this is a 13 by 13, so it's completely square. Of course, it doesn't have to be. That's just a preference of mine, usually. And remember, I mentioned earlier, an odd number of dimension basically makes it so you'll have a single door, to make right in the center. If you do an even number, it will end up where you need a double door. So if you like double doors, depending on how big it is, if you're doing a 20 by 20 or something like big, you definitely want to have double doors. Something smaller like this, probably not. It's not really necessary. Now make sure you line up the corners again, like I mentioned before, to make it look really nice. Now after this, you're getting pretty close to having the external done. And, for that matter, really the internal is pretty close too, except for the floor on the first bottom floor. So, let's see, right here. Alright, so that looks good. Now, of course, you need stairs too, but that's completely 100% preference, the way you put those. I do it relatively random, so I'm not even going to try to suggest where you put that. Now, right here, as you can see, you've got the second floor right there. So, you go ahead and go around, and you can put this little thing here, little separator to the window. And then go right here and put the wood up here. Perfect, perfect. Now go on this side and copy it up. Oh geez, I cannot click the right spot. I'm still getting used to these split touch controls. I've always used the other version, but then a lot of people asked me to do this, and so I've been trying to get used to it, and it's I'm getting there. So now the top floor, what you do, take cobblestone and place it right there on the outside of this entire building, right across here. Now you do that on the other side too, but not the front or the back, just on the sides. Now that depends on where your door is, alright? Then what you do, you know what, I lied to you. You need cobblestone stairs, alright? I was using the wrong item. I use cobblestone stairs. So you're gonna have to have yourself angled properly to get it to work. See right here, it's ended up looking weird. Oh, I hate when it does that. I don't like when it does that to me. Look at that. I can't even build a stupid stair because it keeps glitching and doing the wrong thing. Alright, there we go. Now I'm going to go back to the other side. And of course I'm going to have to tear out this cobblestone real quickly. I did the wrong thing. But I guess, you could do cobblestone blocks. It doesn't really matter, I think it looks better with the cobblestone stairs, obviously. That's why I use them instead. But again, it's not one of those things where it really matters, it's completely preference to you. Now we've got to figure out how to angle this properly. So if I just hover in front, we'll do it. I think that's the secret. You can't move up and down, you just have to move straight. Alright. Now you do that same thing to here. You just go across. Oops. Don't mind the middle one doesn't really matter right now. And then, of course, for this side, you can do the same thing. And at the beginning of a world, this house is really affordable. It's not like a hard thing you have to have all these random things for. You've got the basic elements from the beginning of the game, so it makes it really quite easy. Now, to make this quite a bit simpler, you go to the front and use cobblestone blocks. I'm using cobblestone blocks here. And cover the front. And every single time a layer goes up, you go one less block, you see? So it's like that. I mean, like, right there. Then you go to the next side. And this goes both for the front and back, if you were wondering. And then it's there. Then you go up one more. Kind of like a pyramid type of thing, And then one more. And you're getting pretty close to the top now. Oops, I put an extra. If you put an extra, it's not like a real problem. You'll see it on the way up when you're completing the entire task. And there. I did an odd number, so it's an odd number right there. Now I'll go to the other side and do the same thing real quickly. While I do, I'll tell you guys, if you don't have a Twitter account, you should really make one. They are super nice, and I've got a news account on there that I post. I am the largest news account. It's the @ MCPE_news, so Minecarft Pocket Edition. And I have and tweet news and pictures and information. It's 100% completely true every time. People have gone back and asked me where I get my sources. They go through and they realize everything I post has come to pass. So I also have photos and things that no one else has. Nobody else even has them. So, and Twitter is free, if you're wondering. And so, like I said, the Twitter is free, and you can follow me. And I have exclusive information on there. So, all right, and let's see, what were we doing? Okay, so you just go ahead and finish up these stairs. It's not too hard to do. A few layers. It's kind of a pain, I think, on Pocket Edition, but it is definitely doable. I said second layer on here. Next layer. Now, in fact, the easiest way to do this would actually be to do this, alright? So you go up here, and you simply go... And you simply go across with the cobble, like so. With that done, it makes things much easier. At first I was like, I don't even want to do that, but in the end, you're going to want to do that anyway, so we'll just do that now. What it does is it makes it so you can actually post things on the back, so rather than having to rely on posting on the side of the stairs. I'll show you what I mean in just a second if that doesn't make sense. Also, one on the very top, that's obviously the very, very ceiling. Now, go on this side and do the same thing, so we just go across like this. And then, don't even fill in the ends, because you can fill in the ends at the end. Oh, that's funny, at the end. Alright, so you go right here, and pop right in there, just like that. Oops, no, not like that. Okay, get out of here. There we go. Okay. Now, go out here and do the same. And go down here and do the same thing. Really not too hard. It's pretty quick and simple. And then, there we go. So now you take the stairs. And go over here. And go across, just like this. Boom, boom, boom. See how fast that was? So rather than having to go like this and click on the edge every time, you can just click right there. Well, not like that, but Okay, now, are you serious right now? Alright, so we go over here. Oh, that's a good idea too. You can even do it on the bottom, so it does end up normal every time. And sometimes if you mess up, just leave it there, and you can come through at the end and make sure it looks right. So, this process is sort of like the thing I was talking about with the wooden posts on the outsides. Once you do it a few times, it's like, you can get pretty fast, and it also gets kind of, not necessarily completely boring, but it's kind of like, it's almost like work. You actually have to do it because you have to, not because it's fun, you know what I mean? So that's a downside to this kind of thing. But then again, if you think about it, pretty much any house and things are going to require such things. They're going to require you to have to do some things like that. So, alright. Now this side is basically done. I think we'll just clean up over here. And it should be good. Alright, perfect. Oh, wait, no, not perfect. Not perfect. Let's go ahead over here first and go across. Make sure we have all this done. So there we go. Now you come on this side and what? No, oh, I remember. Alright. Now go ahead and do this part. We just did it on the other side. And you see, that wasn't very hard. It really went quite quickly. Now, also, I was going to tell you guys, for the channel and everything, I'm going to be doing a lot more videos. Not necessarily like this completely, but like random tutorials. Kind of like I did the Nether Reactor and things like that. I'll be doing a lot of those. That way, there's always something going on, and you can always see something new, rather than seeing some series. I'll be doing challenge series, for sure, still. I'll be doing those maps and parkours and stuff like that. But I want to have something a little more unique than every other channel has, everybody always watches the same things. I think I just figured out how to do the stairs. If you click on the top half of the block, it does it the other way, the bottom half the right way that I want it to go. There we go. Perfect. Now you go over here, Oh no, really? So you fill in that spot. Now what you do is go down and fill in, oops, all of the glass, alright? Which isn't too much of a big deal. Now, of course, we don't need to fill them all in because there's really just no reason to. So what we'll do instead is we'll just pluck it in right there on the front. And I'm using glass panes, by the way, because they're the cheapest, and in my opinion, they really look better than the normal ones. So again, that's another preference thing. You can use the normal blocks, but it's way more expensive, and if you get griefed, you're not going to be happy because one sand is a pain. So, alright, we'll go right here, and one more set right here. Right there. Nope, not right there. Oh, darn it. Why is it doing that? Okay, I think we got this right here. Alright, and no! Are you serious? Like always? Oh, great. This is why I don't like split controls sometimes. Alright, there we go. Now that's the main section right there. And of course, you're going to do the sides and everything with glass and everything, so it looks really nice on the sides. But that gives you two big ones. All you have to do now is fill in the glass, put some stairs in, and do the flooring, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any suggestions for what kinds of things you want me to show you guys on a video, please mention them in the comments, and I will look into them. Thanks everyone, talk to you guys next time.